Hello.
Hello, everybody. My name. Just kidding. Hey,
Welcome
everyone.
to What was it called? What were we calling
LNP.
it? LNP. With your host, Cowboy.
Michael.
and Scorpion.
Yeah.
Dude, we got the Halloween podcast this time, dude. We
Uh-huh.
got costumes. It's very special. We haven't done a podcast in a minute, even though we keep saying we're gonna do podcasts. But we're joined with
Darren.
Darren.
The host. Yeah. Reveal yourself. Yeah. Nice. Before we start off this lovely
Right.
podcast, we're going to take celebratory shots. Ready?
Oh
Ready?
yeah.
3.
Dink it and sink it. Just kidding. Ew.
Yeah!
Yeehaw, feller.
What would you like to start off talking about?
I want to finish that cork thing I was talking about. You
Okay.
didn't even know I was talking about cork.
Mm-hmm.
The material.
I
on those
knew
boards.
what the fuck you were talking about. There's
I
one
didn't-
inside the house.
I didn't know that was
the
called.
bulletin board.
I just didn't know that there was just a material called cork. But like in my head, I just pieced it together, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
Did
and
you-
I was like,
Did you know that cork was a material?
No.
You didn't know
What is it?
like in like wine bottles, they have the little
the
cork.
Yeah.
But that is the same thing that they use on those boards.
It's like recycled
But I've
wood.
never heard what those boards have been called. I just call them pin boards. They're called cork boards.
Shit. Cork board.
Because someone was like, I ordered a cork board this morning, and see if you've got enough cork. And I'm like, the thing, and I'm like, oh, and I pieced it together. I didn't need them to tell me it. I was like, oh, they are the same thing. And I was like, I guess I never really looked at it like that.
Mhm.
And I was like,
Mhm.
well, you learn something every day, I guess.
I don't get me wrong. I think the material cork is thus recycled wood compacted into a little thing. That's my idea of what it is. It could be like its own species of material.
Do me a favor, put your phone and like record
Uh-huh.
extra audio, and let's
Oh.
test that. Let's see if that
That was
works
a
out.
gun, not a
That would make more
not a phone.
Real cowboy right there, dude.
I got that piece on me. Hold up. There you go. Situated. Title.
right there.
Okay, so this is a question I have for both of you since you guys are gonna go see it right now.
Okay.
What are your expectations on the movie? Have you heard any reviews on it already?
Who do you want me to go first?
go ahead.
I think this movie's gonna be fucking garbage. Okay. I think it's gonna be awful,
Mhm.
but funny as fuck. I think it's gonna be like so bad it's fucking good, cause I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. I've seen some reviews, but like, it's also mixed, where people are like, "It's great, it's fucking ass." Can we curse?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're drinking.
Fucking
Yeah, I'm
dick
stupid.
shit.
Is that-
Yeah.
Can we curse?
I should. I
You
don't
know
why.
what? You know what YouTube this is?
I literally, the last video, like, that literally just came out was me talking about that Shane Gillis, like, jerk off trans.
Oh
joke.
yeah.
That's literally how it started, and I was like, oh man, that's embarrassing. But it's fuck it, whatever.
Okay, but no, yeah, I think it's gonna be really bad. Dang.
So no, let me hear yours. Let me hear you.
I haven't seen anybody talk about it, honestly. I think I've seen like a couple people be like, I've honestly tried to skip all of it because I wanted to like try to go in as fresh as possible.
That's what I was trying to do.
Just in case if it's garbage, I want to be like, what the? I want to hear everyone in Mexico be like, what the?
Well, so I think I have seen a couple reviews already, and I wish I haven't. But so far, what everyone's been saying is pretty much when you're gonna go to watch this movie, don't go into it expecting crazy murder scenes, a really good dialogue of like this the whole story or everything. Like it's just like it's mixed with like somewhat comedicness with seriousness and everything. So I mean, like to be honest, you're not supposed to go into it thinking, okay, computer,
I see.
Mass cat.
It's like what everyone thinks you're seeing.
yeah, just you're not supposed to go into it seeing that because then that's what ruins the diehardness for everyone else because it's completely something new.
Right.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah, I heard that. Matthew Lillard said that he signed on for 3 movies.
That's fucking
I saw
awesome.
It is pretty fucking cool. But I've heard that. I'll grab that. I've heard that like.
Yeah.
Is this spoiler? No, it's not. It's just that he's not in the movie as much as people would have expected him to.
Mm-hmm. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, I mean, it's the first one. He doesn't do much, but fucking kill the kids, you know?
I only saw one spoiler, and I wish I didn't really see it.
Really? You saw one?
I think I did too. And
Which one was it?
I don't want to say it. Like,
Was it when?
No.
Shut up.
I'm just sad I saw it. I saw it for like a quick second.
I've
but
seen like a bunch of like little little snippets, and I think I even saw one that was like confirming a meme.
A meme?
Yeah, like I would always see those memes where it's always like, "Man, I can't
We are
wait."
for now.
Like yeah,
Is
like
it
those,
that?
like
Are you
those,
serious?
like it was kind of on that type of beat
Holy
type shit,
dude.
where I was like, "Huh."
We are for NAF.
No, where they were kind of like friendship, kind of like on that kind of beat, and I was like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be like the
Like-
animatronics aren't gonna be all, ooh, you know, they're gonna be like
well, they are kind of like it's still kind of like a teen kids movie. So I
PG-13.
think- So they did say that they're like not gonna change it to R-rated.
That's fucked up. I feel
So
like
that
if
they're,
you were
like-
going the full length, they should have gone the full way.
Well, they said that they're gonna stick to their. They're like we like the tone that we
because
set
kids
for
are
the
gonna
movie.
watch it.
We set the tone and we're like we like it, so we're gonna stick with it. So if it's garbage, they're gonna know that it's garbage.
But you, like, here's the thing when it comes down to it. You're making a game that's based on killing kids or like just not based, you know what I mean? Where these robots are killing kids and then there's this main, antagonist to the whole thing and everything. That's what the game is symbolizing. Scariness, murder, everything. I feel like you should have gone that route. And because I think it would have helped out a lot more. Just because I understand that the fan base is like probably kids and shit, but like something that's been in production for what?
10
Not
years.
10 years.
Everyone
Should've
you
fucking,
should
like-
make it for the people that are probably gonna be seeing it by the time it comes
Maybe
out.
maybe the extra 2 more movies that come out after it might make up for the trilogy.
I hope so, but like honestly, ever since they announced it, I was like, this has to be PG-13 because it is mostly kids, you know.
Dude, when I saw
Like-
Matthew Lillard
You were like, "Zoinks, bro."
as soon as I saw him, I was like, yo. I
Me
was
too,
like,
dude. And then they were like, purple guy. I was like, whoa!
William
That's
Afton?
so cool, dude. I was like, that's awesome. But I was like,
he kills kids.
he does kill kids.
Is that the white?
Dude, but I'm like, I know, like, my favorite things about those games when I was, like, a middle schooler. When I was, like, a middle schooler, I was, like, crazy into those games, right? I was, like, that fucking nerd in the back of your class that was on the Five Nights at fucking Freddy's. Played all the games.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I was playing all the games, reading the books, all that shit. And the stuff I liked was, like just the fucked up undertones of it all, you know? Like the spring lock scene shit
You
where
were
like he
weird,
gets all
huh?
fucked up. Yeah, dude. I was weird. I was a weird fucking middle schooler. But I was like, I know that the movie's
Hey,
not
it's
gonna
not
do
as
that.
bad as like shipping them, like
For real.
someone did. You know what I mean? Mangle or what was it? Fangle,
What?
What?
Foxy and Mangle. That was my thing.
That was your
I thought you were talking about somebody
Me
else.
too.
I thought you were like.
No, that's why I was like,
just doxed yourself.
like me. I shipped Fangle, so Foxy and Mangle a lot, or Foxy and Chica.
I never shipped, bro. Not
did.
once.
Not
did I
even,
fucking
dude,
ship.
I did
not
back
even,
in the
not
day.
even like, not even if someone's like making out with someone, I'm like, oh, they should be together.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like the only time I'll be like, wow, they
These are
should be
fictional
together is like
characters,
once they're married. I'm like, wow, maybe
Really?
they should be.
For me, it's like, I mean, like in Five Nights at fucking Freddy's. They're fucking dead kids and robots. I never gave a fuck about the fucking relationships. But like when it comes to like, I don't know, like a fucking anime I'd be watching, I'd be like, oh, Deku and Uraraka, they're gonna be together. It's not really like a shipping thing, but it's more of like, yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
You know? But I was never the type to be like, Take a picture together.
Make
So-
a fan page.
Yeah, dude, that shit's weird as fuck.
So I have to change the subject for a second.
Yeah.
So you guys know who Little Darky is, right?
Yeah.
So he dropped a new album, and there's a specific song, I forget what the title of it is, but he's just like talking about conspiracy or like the middle class shrinking and this all that bullshit.
Mhm.
There's a quote that he says in there that kind of got to me and like Larissa thinking, because every time we hear it, we're like, no way. He's like, did you know that Jim Carrey went to Epstein Island? And I'm like, that's so crazy. Out of everyone, Jim Carrey.
Dude, literally, probably everyone that you like in Hollywood was there. If you look at, I recommend, if you like these stars and stuff, just don't look up the fucking logs, because the logs are there. You can just look, who was there, and it will give you,
Oh yeah.
fucking Epstein was there.
Well, I think.
Well, duh.
I think.
No, not Epstein, fucking Stephen Hawking.
So the only
He's all up in there. He's like,
I think the only really two celebrities.
give me present.
I think the only really two celebrities that are actors that I really like is Johnny Depp and Jim Carrey. Those are the only two I really like the most.
I actually don't think Johnny Depp was there.
Well, I don't
Johnny
think
Depp was
so.
there.
I
Yeah, no,
think he was
no.
too busy getting abused.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know.
yeah, pretty
He's all like,
much.
fucking
Did you
woman,
did you
fucking
watch
woman.
the fucking trial on
No,
Netflix?
no,
Yes.
Was
I did.
Asmongold in it?
You
Yeah, dude.
you watched the
Yeah.
where they live streamed the whole thing?
Yeah,
Dude.
it was crazy.
To be honest though,
Wait,
like,
so you didn't watch it as it happened?
no,
as it came out?
I watched
Oh.
the
Oh,
I watched the Netflix special.
Oh, okay. I watched both.
I watched
I
it.
watched
Well, I
both.
kind of watched the live stream, but I mainly the Netflix thing was kind of pretty much all.
Yeah,
of it.
because it summarizes it. It is
So
the best way.
so here's my thing. I
I might
think
check it out.
Amber Heard definitely has that disorder
Mhm.
where she wants the attention, she
Yeah,
needs
dude.
attention.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But I feel like, to be honest, as much as I like Johnny Depp, I feel like there's maybe just a little bit he might be guilty for.
I feel like it's both sides. Like I
That's for
definitely,
sure,
I
yeah.
definitely don't think he's completely innocent. Like there is definitely a thing where like he also contributed, but of course that doesn't mean like she did a lot too, which I think it's just
Yeah, like there's no way like you can like you as much as like someone can probably admit that they're like under control of like drugs or whatever. He's on like cocaine and like yeah, sure,
Yeah.
go ahead. He was doing a lot of shit and like everyone knew he was on a lot of shit. So regardless of whether the times he was like, I'm just chilling right now, versus the time where he's like, you motherfucker, like like those could be
A
like
mega pint.
those could be very far in between and like she was probably like way crazier, like the ratio is probably like way higher, but for him like there's no way that he was completely out of the clear on that one, in every aspect. Like there has to be at least at one point where like something was like correct.
Well, did you see how he was sending messages to his was it his manager
Mhm.
or Amber Heard's manager about
Try to
like-
get into it like this.
her manager, like they were saying some text about like Johnny Depp was saying like I'll kill her in the woods and
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I
And
saw that
when I
text.
heard that, I was like,
I was like, fuck.
and I was like, that's
fuck.
I was like, that's true. I was like,
I was like, dude, I just met Savage.
I was like, maybe I might. Think about it. You're like, you know what? He's not that bad of a guy, dude.
He's like, I just watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas for the 90th time.
Dude, you know how you bought me that?
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't know where it's at. And I never watched it once since you gave it to me.
It's okay. I'll buy it again because I want to watch that movie. Like,
Dude,
mad
that
bad.
movie's so fucking good.
It was so. I
Isn't it
remember
on like Amazon?
it might be, but like
Yeah.
the disc, disc.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. There's a thing that happening with this.
It's less than like $10 to
Yeah,
get it on
dude.
disc.
It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
2-hour
for sure.
long movie.
And I remember the first time I saw it because this guy.
I told him, I was like, you have
this
to
guy
watch
was
it.
geeking over it for so long, and then I watched it and I was like, oh. And I was like, this is like, I'm like, this is probably where the Avenged Sevenfold like backcountry thing came from. And I'm like,
Yeah.
they're all driving. In
The bats!
thing, and yeah, there's a bunch of bats.
They're everywhere!
In the music video, they're all like, what the fuck? There's like a bunch of bats.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh!
And then he's all like,
And then Tobey Maguire's all like,
He's like, hey man, this is kind of crazy.
And he's like, get the fuck out of here.
You've never seen it?
Yeah.
And my
Oh,
mom,
fuck yeah.
like, we were talking about that movie, and she was all talking about how fucking funny as fuck that movie was. And I watched the rest of that movie, and I was just like, man, honestly, I was like, anytime I've seen a Johnny Depp movie that was like an old movie, because the other ones that I had seen, I can't name all of them. I don't remember all the titles because
Sweetie Todd.
They would always just be on. But the one that I kind of remember is it's called The Devil's
Rejects?
Devil
Advocate?
Devil Namanamaka. The one where he's the Fifth Circle or something, like Circle.
5 Girls?
No, what the fuck?
You never seen that movie? That
No.
movie was badass.
So the movie is him going to find the Devil Bible. I forgot what it was called. He was going to.
Who's the main character? Who's the main actor?
Who's the main character?
Who's the main
Johnny
actor?
Depp.
Johnny Depp?
Yes, you dumb shit. Why do you think I'm talking about it? It's called.
I'm
It's
about to
called
be the
like.
guy in
It's
the back of
called
the
Fifth
podcast that
Circle.
looks it up.
Fifth Circle, Inner Circle, or something.
I know which
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
But-
I haven't seen it, but I've seen it. I've seen the
Dude,
thumbnail.
that movie is so good. It's like really. It's like kind of a quiet movie. It's really like it has that vintage feel to it, and
The Ninth Gate.
Ninth Gate,
Yeah,
Ninth
I haven't
Gate.
seen that.
dude.
I haven't seen it either.
That
actually.
movie is like so cool because he's just like trying to figure out like where this Devil Bible is, and he wants to see it, but then like there's actually like an occult like attached to it, and then like by spoiler alert, by the end of the movie, like this chick's like banging him while this like thing is like burning down, and he's just like getting rode, dude. He's just like
Have you seen the Zodiac Killer
no.
with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, that's a really good
Fucking
movie,
love
dude.
that. That movie's so fucking good, dude.
Have you seen, on a similar note, Prisoners? With Hugh Jackman and.
Did you do it already?
Yeah. I was like, you want more?
No, it has it's called Prisoners. It's got Hugh Jackman. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal and the guy that was Riddler in the new Batman.
Oh
You've seen it?
no.
No?
What is long and has cum in the middle of it? Oh, penis. No, cucumber. No, I have.
Paul
I have.
Dano, that's his name.
Yeah, Paul Dano.
Do you know there's how there's like 50 million murder movies like
Hold
Yeah.
on, before you get that thing out, I think it's funny that he's like such a. I think it's funny that he's like such a like a nerd character now that he's in the
Who?
GameStop. The
Jake
guy that
Gyllenhaal?
Paul
plays
Dano?
Paul Dano, the guy,
Oh.
the Riddler. That he's doing that fucking stock market video or movie on fucking
yeah,
GameStop
yeah.
and shit. And like he's the nerd that's like holding the line on Reddit and shit.
The one with
I-
Seth Rogen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
funny.
that's funny.
That like he's just like always a nerd because even like in the Batman movie, because you still haven't seen it, right?
not fully. I think I've only seen like 45 minutes of it.
No,
What?
it was with me because I remember me and him I was gonna watch it with him, but then we were like it's kind of late.
I think and then me and
And
Larissa
then-
tried watching it, and then we just
So
stopped
like
it.
I'm gonna get him to watch it because like I've been wanting to rewatch that movie, but like that movie's 3 hours long, so
It
you kind
is.
of
Yeah,
need.
I think that's the point where I'm like,
you kind of need a reason to like watch that movie.
Yeah.
So if I watch it with them, I'll be like, all right.
you know, it's
Yeah,
funny.
fucking-
Sometimes like I'll be scrolling through Max like that, or just on my Xbox like that, and I'll be like, "Oh, look, we watched Batman." And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, let's watch something else."
No, yeah. I mean, it is an extremely good movie.
I
But
bet
it's
it
like-
is.
It's just, it's so long and it's slow. That's the worst part. It really takes a good minute for it to get going really well.
Have you watched
You know.
Hereditary?
Yeah, I have a really hot take on that movie, actually.
What do you mean?
I think Henry knows.
What's
I
your
I
fucking
think
hate
his
that
hot
movie.
take is the same one that I saw the other day on like TikTok where
Well-
they're like, "Oh, every fucking bitch that loves that movie thinks it's so scary."
What's your hot take on it? I want to hear.
It is a good movie.
Mhm.
Okay. It is a great movie. I fucking love the way it's shot. I love the acting. The only thing I really don't fucking like is the story. I love it up to when, like, the very last part when it gets super demonic and shit. Because I feel like that's when it lost me.
How do you not like it?
No, I thought it was cool,
what is it about the
but I
story
didn't think
you don't
it was
like?
scary anymore. I was like, really? Demons now?
Dude,
Dude, I don't think demons are scary.
dude.
They're in everything.
No.
I'm
Listen,
like, If I want to see a really good demon movie, I can watch Sinister or something. You know
Sinister's pretty good, but check
It
this
is
out.
really good.
Check this out though. So
Sinister scares the shit
So-
out of me.
Yeah,
So-
dude, that's a great movie.
I feel like
Sinister literally scares the fuck out of me, dude.
you know
Like,
what?
It's crazy.
You know what?
That rat
I'm
scene
gonna
fucked
go
me up.
against that. I'm gonna go against that.
Yeah, that's not
Hereditary scared the shit.
I know.
Hereditary scared the shit out of me for a long. Wait.
Take it back.
Look it. So look it. I've watched Hereditary more than like 10 times. Why? Each time was just to kind of build a more of a tolerance to the movie
you're,
because
like,
that movie
edging
used
yourself?
to. The first time I remember, Larissa was all like, "Oh," she was like, "Oh, you gotta watch this movie." And I'm like, "All right, cool." We rented it from the Red Box. This was like fucking like maybe
Yeah, 'cause you
five,
got it from a red box.
maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
We were still in high school.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it came out, I was.
It came out in
When
2018.
this happened.
It came
Oh,
out in 2018,
yeah.
but this was probably around like 19.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it in theaters, like
Oh.
the day it came
Oh
out.
fuck, that was
Because
scary.
no, dude, because everyone was talking.
Dude,
Listen,
if he would have seen that movie in fucking theaters, he would have shit his pants.
Dude, well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I would have definitely fucking shit in my
For
pants.
real?
So look at. So the
It would've
first time I
come-
watched it was in my room,
Mhm.
and
Reverse
so-
stroking.
all of it was fucking great. It's a great fucking movie.
Mm.
It's like the best like constructed scary movie I could fucking think of. Just in the sense of the ambiance and just how creepy it is. You kind of have to
that
pop
for
it.
sure I do.
But here's my thing. So the first time I watched it, it gave me anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But the part that always fucking would trigger me was when the mom is on the fucking on this the attic banging her fucking head on it.
Really? That's
That-
where that's where it lost me. That's where I wasn't. I
Dude.
was laughing. Dude. I remember I was with my ex. The theater was serious as fuck. Everyone was scared as shit.
He's just like,
Dude, I was laughing my ass off. And then when the naked people started showing up, dude, I swear, I felt like I ruined it for so many people because I just started laughing, dude. Right there, I was like, okay. The parts that scared me, you know, the parts that like got to me.
Mhm.
The biggest part that I remember getting to me that I didn't fucking like, that like made me fucking go like, oh, I want to fucking like leave. It was when the mom found the sister's body in the car. When she starts like screaming and her crying. That shit got to me more than I think a lot of things that
That
fucking
shit
got
was
to
kind
me.
of crazy.
wait, I'm not done. So there was this other time I watched it. So like I'm pretty sure like after the four times I watched it, after that then I got desensitized to it. But I remember there was this one time I was with Larissa and then we were at her mom's. I spent the night over there, and
Should I just do this?
I fuck-
I feel like this might be right.
that could
That way
work.
we're not
Check it out.
passing it. Yeah.
So I was hanging out with her, whatever. We put that movie on again.
Mhm.
And this was in her room, and it was like she fucking passed the fuck out. And she was like next to me,
Mhm.
passed out. And I was already getting anxiety because it was the second time I watched the movie, and I just don't like it, dude. That
Yeah.
movie bugs me to my fucking core. Because of the mom. I think the mom's played that role so fucking
Dude,
good because
I do
when
too,
she starts
yeah.
like having that nightmare
Mhm.
where she's all fucking screaming
Yeah.
and shit, dude, that fucking ugh. And then she
Yeah.
has her face. It's so fucking weirdly.
Yeah,
It's so like
it's not even her face. I think
oh,
the
dude.
guy that
it's
the guy
scary.
that made it, he knows how to film. Like he knows
you
how to
s-
make things
Scary.
creepy.
Yeah, you
Yes,
just
I've
gotta-
seen fucking
Midsommar?
Midsommar. I didn't fucking like it either.
that
Same
was pretty
problem. Listen, I think it's my problem with all his fucking movies.
Wait,
where
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just gotta finish the story.
okay, yeah,
I'm sorry.
finish.
No,
I'm sorry.
So-
I'm sorry.
She was asleep. It was on, and the remote was fucking somewhere. And I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to get up and like wake her up. So I was just like, all right, I'll just go to sleep. I went to sleep, bro. And then I woke up right when the mom starts like when she got possessed.
Oh fuck.
I woke up and like I was in my head. I was like, please. Before I went to sleep, I was like, don't wake up during
yeah.
this. Don't wake up during this movie at all. I wake up at the part where
You
it
had like
starts.
30 minutes to
Dude!
wake up, bro.
Dude!
You woke up in 15 minutes.
Dude, as soon as I woke up, I looked at the TV and I was like, and then I didn't want to get up still, so like I was just like,
You're
whatever.
just
just go-
paralyzed, you're just
I was
like,
trying to go. Back, I was trying to go back to sleep,
Yeah.
and then I could just hear it.
Yeah, dude.
And then I got to the point where she was banging her head, and I was just, dude, this anxiety
Oh
was
my
all around
God.
and then I couldn't do nothing like that. I fucking went like this, like that. And I was like,
Bro,
she
I can't
woke up and she was like,
imagine.
"Are you okay?" And I was like, I was having a fucking panic attack.
I've never had that until I watched Dahmer. And like, I don't know why.
The Netflix
I
series.
think it was because it was like December and like, we were in a kind of a special circumstance and like, it was really quiet outside. So when I was watching that, I was just like alone, you know, and I was just kind of like getting like a little too much anxiety. And I was like, wow, this guy just fucking drilled a hole in this fucking dude's fucking shit. I'm like, that's it.
It was actually the kid's head.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to mention that. I was just like, you know, it's still crazy. All alone. But I was just like, I remember being like, at one point, just being like, I have to fucking, like, let's watch something else. Like, I need
remember
to
you
watch
told
something.
me too.
Yeah, dude,
I remember being
like, now that's how it is for shows. Like, sometimes, like, shows get, like, too crazy. And I'm like,
Have you seen like how like Evan Peters has been since after he did Dahmer?
yeah,
Actually, I haven't.
He's like fucking like not
not-
himself no more.
He's not
That's
doing,
crazy.
he doesn't want to do horror anymore. He's like,
that makes sense though. Like that shit's fucked. I didn't watch it because I just don't think you should support like serial killer.
Well,
shit.
okay,
I
so,
think
like,
it's-
here's the
I don't-
thing.
I don't think
Here's
that
the
type
thing.
of shit should even be made.
Here's the thing though.
Because I
swear.
feel like it kind of gives glory to these people, and I'm like, they deserve to be forgotten.
Exactly. Well, that's the point,
Nothing.
though. That's the same thing, though, because when you think about it, like I think the show was great,
Yeah,
not in a sense
get
where,
that.
not in a sense where like I liked, it's fucking
it
awesome,
delivered
but
what it was supposed
it
to do.
did what
freaked
it was
you out.
supposed to do
Mhm.
because like every time you would always hear that little piano
Yeah.
thing when something fucked up happened, and it was just the
And
thing.
you'd always just be like, man, you're like, there was a couple of times where I was like, why? Like, I know they said that they were trying to not make it be like, oh, you're not feeling bad for him. There's a couple of times where I was like,
and that's the thing about these shows where I'm like, you really shouldn't make them.
and I was like, I'm like, you
because
gave
he found God.
That's what I
yeah.
hate.
I'm like,
That's-
you gave a little.
I'm happy he got his skull
I'm like,
bashed.
you humanized him a little too much. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got to make sure that people know he's like a demon.
Well,
Yeah.
you
Like he's a
can't.
monster.
He's sick,
like,
bro.
That's
He's
literally
not.
what they call it. Like they call it
Yeah.
like a monster, like for a reason.
Do you understand the demographic that we have
Women.
for people nowadays? Like it's just like anything that you put out into this world nowadays that was wrong,
Mhm.
people glorify it.
For real, dude.
And then that's the thing though, because I mean,
That
like,
is kinda weird,
remember
It
as
is,
soon as
dude.
after everyone watched the whole series of that, and then he got killed or he found God, and then there was people that were like,
Sending him letters like, I'm your biggest fan.
but well, that's the thing though. Like there were people sending him letters actually when he was in prison, thanking him for all he did, and then
Yeah,
you think
dude.
about it, fucking what, 30 years later when this shit comes out, there's people like still like, oh, I felt bad for him. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah,
thing
dude.
is, like, if you're
You
murdering multiple people and you don't feel bad for it and you don't understand why it's wrong to other people, like, it's not something you need to
The
glorify.
thing is
Mhm.
like, I know the reason why it's bad is because when I watched it, I see Quicksilver, so like I can like almost like already
I saw Dahmer the whole time.
off rip, I don't see.
You can
like,
separate it.
Like I separate it instantly,
Mhm.
so I'm able to be like, I feel bad for him, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm not supposed to feel bad for him, but the only reason
Yeah,
why I
and
feel
he's an
bad for him.
actor.
The only reason why I feel bad for him is because I know he's an actor. So
Exactly.
I know that this is supposed, like, in most scenarios, this would be fake.
Mhm.
And, like, in reality, you should be like, oh, you mean he's killing them. He's fucking their shit
I
up."
hated when people did that shit, bro. Like that.
Oh, his dance. He's like,
Yeah, dude.
bro, I hated that shit. When he started doing that, I started laughing. I was like,
Let's,
I was like, what the
let's think about this for a second. So, I haven't seen The Sound of Freedom,
I haven't either.
but
I really
a lot of
wanted
people
to,
say
but I
that's
wasn't.
really good movie.
Yeah, I've
but-
heard that too.
I've heard
I don't want to watch
I've
it.
heard a lot of
I
people
want
say
to. I want to like buy it just to support.
Yeah,
the
I
film.
mean, that's one thing.
I'm
It's
down
a-
for watching dudes kill child traffickers.
Yeah,
shit's
that's for
awesome.
sure.
That's just awesome.
I just
want
don't.
to see that.
Like the thing is, like when it comes to those types of movies, like I just like
you don't like to think about it because it's like
yeah, I
Yeah,
get
dude,
too
no, I get
into it.
that,
I'm
yeah.
like, holy,
You know
fuck,
what's
Yeah.
bro.
You know what's crazy about that though? It's a Mel Gibson movie, right?
Bro, Mel Gibson.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the
Kind
thing.
of goes fucking hard in the paint. He just Passion of the Christ, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
That shit was kind of fucking nuts.
Here's the thing that kind of throws my mind off. Just because I feel like once you hit celebrity,
Some chips.
Chips.
once you hit the celebrity status,
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to go through these rituals or these initiations just to get to this certain point.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, like, when the movie came out, The Sound of Freedom,
Mm-hmm.
you know how there was a lot of theaters that
Yeah,
were
dude.
canceling and this
Mhm.
and that. Here's the thing, though. I saw a thing where, like, I saw an interview where Mel Gibson was talking about when he went to, like, one of those owl fucking things where all those people go and meet up, all
Oh,
the
yeah.
celebrities and shit, or just hierarchy people. And he was talking all about it and saying it was wrong. But then I saw something where, like, Mel Gibson is part of that too.
Yeah, you just can't.
But, like,
trust
that's
it.
the thing.
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
How can
that's-
you make a movie based on that and try to send a message, but you, in yourself, you're still in that
Here's
situation?
crazy.
The reason why I think that is because it's just like think of it like this. Imagine it's like a web, and like one of those strings is like the human trafficking part. But then let's say
Into the Spider-Verse?
Let's say one of the other ones is like
No.
is like ritualistic stuff. So you can separate it, and they're like, okay, they're on our backs about this thing. Maybe if we put attention on this this route, they'll stop thinking maybe less about this because they'll probably think that that's too crazy of an
Yeah.
idea, and they'll be like, this happens, right? You know, like this happens at like fucking Targets.
Mhm.
So like,
Yeah.
so like, you know, like I can believe this more than like, you know, a bunch of officials wearing a bunch of masks and like coming together and like drinking blood or some
Squid
shit.
Games?
But you want to know what's crazy? I was looking into it. I went into a rabbit hole. Okay.
I don't like doing that.
I do. I fuck with it, dude. But I was like, okay. You guys know the guy that says the frogs are gay. What's his name?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Okay. Alex Jones and this one other guy did a whole like investigation. I got the phone.
Yeah,
yeah, whatever. Yeah. They did this whole investigation into this one specific ground where a shit ton of people, like celebrities and big people, are known to gather. Like they burn shit on a cross. Dead
Be
ass.
careful what you say about it right now, in case which like
It's public.
I know,
There's a video of it.
but
and
like
shit.
just like the phrasing of some
Oh,
certain
okay.
stuff.
Sorry. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Like I'm just saying, like in case what he mentions of what they do, in case it's like crazy shit. Like I don't, you know,
Like
No, it's
just
not
be
the
kind of
crazy
just kind of be
and
kind of
shit?
vague.
yeah.
No,
Well,
in
it's a
case
ritual.
in case
It's
it's
a-
the other thing.
it's a
Just saying-
huge ritual of a bunch of famous, well-known people, right?
SA.
I forget what it's called. It's
Yeah.
well known. Like it's out there. Like you can literally look up the video, like Alex Jones, blah blah blah,
Oh yeah.
where they show up.
How many people are
Where they
gonna
show
get
up to
this
the
point in
place.
video?
Where they show up. Well, they're missing out on some crazy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Where they show up to the place, they
watch.
record the whole place, and then they hide a camera and they show the ritual. And I was like, what? Yeah, dude, it's out there, and people know who.
He was
there.
the one that went to that elegy thing
Yeah.
and he
That's what it is.
recorded it.
There's a video.
Yeah, and it's all on
He's-
YouTube.
I
It
think
never got taken down.
There was a video of him being where they're all like in front of the fire.
yes,
Yeah,
with the
dude,
big ass owl.
it's
Isn't there a video of him being like, "I'm the guy that exposed you guys at that
Yes.
fireplace,"
Yeah.
and he's like, well, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to talk about that.
I can't talk about that right
Like,
now.
honestly,
And it's
I remember seeing that and being like, dude, honestly, you might as well have just said, yeah, we do that, because you're
real.
like, I'm not gonna talk about
But at
that.
the same time, it's like,
Because what he essentially said, what he said was, I'm not gonna talk about that, being like, well, you know that it happened, but I'm not gonna spare the details. I don't like to kiss and tell.
yeah.
That's so fucked up. But he's just like, I don't like to kiss and tell, but he's just like, he's pretty much just like, I'm not gonna spare you the details, but no comment.
Yeah.
Honestly, the no comment thing has never fucking meant no comment.
Yeah.
You know what no comment means? Yes.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you try to defend yourself, obviously, I mean, it's devil's advocate there.
Mhm.
You try to defend yourself, you're like, well, no.
Well, what's
No.
better in the sense,
But-
saying no comment or explaining yourself, or lying to yourself, lying to
Well,
a person?
I mean, I think because
I don't even think it matters at that point. It's,
literally,
it's there. It's like,
it's just
you
like,
can't say
if
anything.
if it's false or not, like people are just gonna assume
yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just gonna be like, that's it. It'd just be like, you might as well just be like,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like a thing where it's like that exists, but at the same time, I mean, I think like even we contribute to it because there's all these people there, like celebrities and actors and shit, and everyone's like, who cares? Like
I mean,
no one.
You don't have no false accusation.
I remember one time someone accused me of having a boner in gym class, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
I remember being like, investigator fucking moment. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I remember for a little bit being like, is that what you think? Like, you think I'm like Full Sail University out here, like all the time? Like, I was laying on my back, and I'm like, you saw Mount Everest, just freaking like.
You'd be like, hello,
Yeah.
hello, Markiplier.
But, anyways, let's get into some Halloween stuff. I want to talk about this.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait.
45 minutes
Wait,
into this
can I-
already.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So back to the Hereditary thing, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
we never really finished it.
Yeah.
What I was saying was, I am extremely desensitized to horror, like extremely.
Have you watched Cannibal Holocaust?
Yeah.
No.
You
Yeah, I
watched
saw it when
it?
I was younger, dude. When I was like 14.
You saw them murder turtles and fucking
Dude, no,
essay.
I think
women
that's
and
why. It's
all this
because
other stuff.
I watched this.
That movie's so fucking
grew up
bad, dude.
watching,
It's
horror.
grimy.
right? Like I really grew up watching
That's
horror.
crusty.
That shit was fucked up. But like it's gotten to a point where like I've seen so many horror movies. When I was growing up, it was just stuff like, Friday the 13th, Halloween.
My cousin always made me watch horror movies. And
Really?
That's when I grew up realizing that women are always going to be
Yeah.
like into horror.
You got a bug on your arm, dude. Have you seen Green Inferno?
Green Inferno.
It's
I
basically
think
like
so.
a cannibal holocaust.
Yeah, the one that's in the jungle.
So
Yeah, it's a
get back
little
to your
more-
yeah.
hereditary point.
Mhm.
Don't say
Oh,
anything
okay.
else. Let's
Okay.
finish the hereditary.
Okay. I do like the movie. I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie at all, right? By any means, it is filmed amazing. I love the acting. I love everything. I just don't fuck with the demons. It's done all the time. I've seen it all, I think the shots are cool, but it doesn't scare me. I feel like what really gets to me is like just actual human trauma, as fucked up as that sounds. That's why my favorite part of that movie is that first half. Like hearing the mom scream after she finds her daughter in the car. That shit is like one of the things that I remember making me anxious and making me like my eyes teared up. I was like, this is fucked.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, like human agony
Exactly.
is
That's
like
what I'm looking for.
legitimately
Yeah, dude.
like scary as fuck.
And that doesn't
damn,
exist.
that was a
But like,
mosquito, bro, I feel it
Oh,
like crazy, bro.
dude.
Look at it,
goddamn.
bitch.
It's strong as fuck, bro.
What you gotta say? What do you gotta say? motherfucker? Nah, I
No.
can feel it. It's itchy, bro. It feels
Oh,
like
dude,
it feels like I got
it
herpes or
sucks.
something.
That's crazy.
No, but like,
That's crazy.
no, yeah, I'm extremely picky with horror. Every horror movie I go see, I'm like,
I think you're too much of a critic.
scare me. It's not even that, because there's a lot of movies that I like that people are like, that shit was garbage. Like, it's all fucking Flash. I thought that was funny. I liked it.
To be
Like,
honest, though,
I'm not that much of. I think it's just I'm really like.
No, when it comes to the Flash, like from a blind perspective, watching it, when I watched it, I was genuinely like, "Wow!"
I didn't watch it.
I really thought like this is really terrible CGI.
Yeah,
Like, wow.
yeah. I'm
Like,
not.
I thought
yeah,
that was a
it's
joke.
awful. Yeah,
But-
no, it's bad.
What I wanted to get into when it came to Halloween, though, was, did you guys dress up a lot as kids?
I have a story. Like right off the back of my head.
Oh, I have one.
There
too.
was a time!
Wait,
Wait.
We'll go.
Let me finish what
Okay,
I
yeah.
wanted to say.
finish
Okay,
and we'll go one,
motherfucker.
What do you think your best fit, your best costume was? What do you think your favorite costume was ever that you had as a kid?
Shit.
I've been alive for...
As a kid or just like up to high school?
Like, I mean, you can.
How many
well,
years did I
technically that's
dress up?
kid, right?
So, yeah, I guess it still
17
counts, right?
years, probably. 17, 18 years I've
Let's
dressed
just say
up.
up to senior year of high school, if you did dress up that year.
Okay.
What do you think your favorite fit was?
Shark
Because
outfit.
I know I dressed up.
Shark.
To be honest, I was.
No,
I
it's
just-
not, but I like the outfit.
I did like it. We should buy those again pretty soon.
No, I want to buy another.
Because I was
I don't know.
Spider-Man for like 6 years. Like,
Mhm.
like I remember when I would go in my closet, I was low-key Peter Parker because like I'd have like literally a bunch of different outfits of Spider-Man in
Mhm.
like one thing. Because I'd have the muscular outfit, I'd have like a comic book version, I'd have the movie version, I'd have a skinny version, and like all that shit. So like I was Spider-Man for like several years,
Mhm.
and
I think I was only Spider-Man like once.
I was also Indiana Jones. I was also Jack Skellington. I was also Ichigo from Bleach.
Never.
And then Batman, and I was also Yu-Gi-Moto from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. So I had some pretty crazy fits. I think Jack Skellington was probably one of my best ones, but I think Ichigo was probably like my favorite. Because like
a lot of mine were custom.
I was low key cosplaying as a God damn it, look at that shit.
Oh my
God,
dude.
I mean, I just scratched it.
It was funny. I was seeing that thing just suck on you right there. I was just like,
you cunt.
I was like, and then I was like, hey, there's a bug on you. So I don't really remember a lot of mine. I think I was I was a zombie. I was the Weeknd. What else? Everything. Right. But so the only one I think I remember, just because I had a memorable night that night, put a cross on it.
Oh yeah.
The one that I found that was the most memorable, I dressed up as Darth Vader.
Oh shit.
Shut the fuck up. This is when I was probably like 5, 6. And I had the mask.
Okay.
And then I had the whole fucking fit down, up. And it was dark as fuck, and it was me and my dad. And I remember I couldn't really see that good through it, especially since it was fucking dark.
Yeah.
I remember just me, this little kid. I remember I started running. And then all of a sudden, boom! I fucking ran into someone. I ran into this big ass fucking dude.
Good.
And as soon as I did that, I took off my mask, dude. I fucking crushed my nose into this person, dude. And then I was,
I like that you mentioned the fact of like you being Darth Vader, because I remember this is like a core memory, right? I remember 5th grade. I was going to be Jack Skellington in the morning, but I was getting so obsessed with Star Wars. I literally stayed up the entire night. Guess what I did? I watched episode 2 and 3.
Really?
I was just like watching Clone Wars.
You're like, yeah.
For the first time, I was just like, whoa. And then I got to 3, and then I was like, Anakin. And I'm like, oh my god. I was like 7. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
This is so awesome.
And then like in a few hours, I was about to be like, I'm gonna go tell my mom I want to be a stormtrooper, and I have to be in school in about 2 hours, so she better give me that costume in about 3. And
I was better be ready.
And dude,
for me,
it was
kind of
cool though. There were so many kids that would dress up as like clone troopers.
I think I remember you told me this. Yeah,
and so like you could literally get almost a whole battalion of like clone troopers at my school. And what was cool is that like what they would do is we had like in our kindergarten we had like 3 playgrounds. We had like the kindergarten one, and then like the first to like second, 3rd grade one, and then the 4th to 5th grade, which was called the big field.
Wow.
Which was like literally like it could fit like potentially like 2 to 3 soccer fields like side by side.
That sounds bougie.
And then like a kickball area. So it was pretty set up. And then a basketball court in a Ramada area.
Yeah.
And then 2 jumping gyms. 2 like playgrounds. That's what the big field was. So I remember big field every year they would have us all line up in the square, and we would all walk around and just look at each other's costumes.
Damn.
It was just like everyone gets to flex.
That's cool.
So I remember when I was Ichigo, everyone was like, what the fuck is this guy?
Oh, wow.
What the fuck is Mongo?
Because I was wearing the mask, I had the Bankai outfit and everything, and I was just like walking around, and I was like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm a guy that destroys souls. And I was pretty much like, I'm a soul reaper, guys.
I eat souls for breakfast.
No, but that morning, I was also Jack Skellington.
This guy had a whole costume change.
That's crazy.
No,
That's
I don't.
bougie.
No. I don't think I changed it.
Crazy.
I think it was 4th or 5th grade.
He was Jack Skellington during school and after Ichigo.
Yeah.
I forgot. No, I remember the year that I was Jack Skellington. I was kind of a brat when I was younger. I'm not the same way anymore, obviously. But I remember being like, I want to be Yugi. I actually wanted to be Jaden from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5, or not Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So the second Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
So the second main character. I wanted to be him instead of the main character from Yu-Gi-Oh!
The one that has black hair?
No, the one that has like brown hair and like a red coat. I wanted to be him, but his outfit was like gonna be a little expensive or whatever.
Yeah.
So Yugi's was available, and my mom was able to find it. But she also found the Jack Skellington one. So I was like, like a fucking like 4'11" Jack Skellington. And later that night when I came to like their trunk or treat thing that they had, I think it was like something Boo, like they put Boo, like they changed the name of the school to add Boo in it. It was like, whoa.
Wow.
Anyways, I was Yugi that night, so I came in, but honestly, I was a fat fucking kid, and that suit was really small. So like, I was kind of crop topping it, but also like muffin topping it like hard. And I remember there was like a stage, and I tried to climb up that stage, and when something's like too high, like it's like here. It's like near your shoulders, so you know it's gonna be a little bit of a problem when you try to go like that. And so like I remember being like that, and this guy was like, I can pick you up, and like I could like kind of help you up there. And I was just like, I remember even as a kid being like, man, I'm too fucking fat for you, dog. Like I just remember being like, man.
Damn.
Like as a kid, just being like, man, I don't know if I want you to break your shit.
What
like,
did you tell
I
him?
remember even being like self-conscious as a kid, like that moment, being like,
What did you tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He was my friend's dad.
I was gonna say at least have him to help you. I mean, if you said no, that would have been like,
He did take me up there, and I think in about like 6 seconds, like a normal kid would have done, I did jump off that shit, and I was like, whoa. And then I didn't jump back on there again because I was like, he's gonna have to pick me up again, and I don't want him to do that because I feel bad and I'm fat.
Nah, dude, I think my best memory is it was also with Michael Myers. It was in high school. You guys remember?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that night, I was taking my brother and my cousin trick or treating, and we get to this house. Right, people were scared as fuck. This is when I think Halloween Kills came out.
so like 19.
Dude. Yeah, and I show up to this house, and these dudes, they're outside.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, these dudes are outside giving the candy, right? And they're like, dude, my sister, she's so scared of you. Hide behind the corner. So like the house is like, it's like a square, right?
Yeah.
And like it has the little sidewalk. And they were here on the sidewalk, and they're like, hide behind the corner. Like we'll call her out, and they just stand there like stare at her, right? So like I stand in the corner, and they're like, we're calling her out and whatever. So I'm in there like, standing all still as fuck. And then she walks out, dude. They're like, look who's here. And she walks out. I think she was like a freshman. She was pretty like old. But dude, she sees me. She fucking, I mean, we were like what?
I know. I'm just kidding.
Sophomores?
Just joking.
We were fucking sophomores, I think. So I was like, she's like about my age. But she saw me, dude. And she fucking started running. Right? And I was like, awesome. And her brothers are like, fucking chase her. And I was like, I've been wanting to do this. Dude, I had like some big ass boots. God damn.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
bad.
you got it all up on your mic now.
Yeah. No, what's it called? They were like, run after her. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So this fucking short chick, scared as fuck, screaming for her life, running down the fucking street,
Traumatized her.
full fucking speed, dude. While a fucking 6'2" Michael Myers is fucking full ass sprinting. My boots, dude, were dead ass fucking. Like, dude, she could hear me getting closer, and she was freaking the
That's
fuck out.
terrifying. If
Dude.
you could hear your feet on asphalt,
Dude, and then at one point, I think she started having a panic attack. No, she did. She started having a fucking panic attack. And she rolled up into a fucking ball and started like cradling and crying.
she's like,
Dude, and I got there and I was like, fuck, I didn't think. You know? Dude, I felt so fucking bad. I ripped off the mask, my dumb ass. I'm like, it's just a mask holding it all up.
I'm not gonna kill you. It's just a mask.
I'm not gonna fucking do anything.
And then her fucking parents drive up all fucking fast as fuck. And I was like, I'm so fucking sorry. I had no idea she was like this scared.
So would you say that this was your best bit?
Yeah, dude.
What do you think your
Well,
best
actually,
bit?
no.
No?
I think my best fit might have been like when I was like Scream.
Scream's
fourth
always
grade.
a good one to be.
When I was in
It's
in
pretty
fourth
solid.
grade,
I
I was a
remember
ghost
like
face.
we had a ghost face.
Because it's such a good
It was
costume.
the one with like the heart and like you pumped it and like blood would come down the mask.
that's a
I
pretty
had the
good
one with
Yeah,
the
that's the
knife
one I
and
had.
that one too.
Really?
Those are so cool.
Dude, they were
What do you
very
think
cool.
yours was? If you don't have one, I can tell you the best one I've seen to date. And it was in kindergarten. And no one's ever topped this costume since. And I can't believe it.
What?
I had a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this might come off racist, but this is a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
He was an Asian.
Okay.
But I think this gave him powers. Because he was the smartest amongst all of us, and I really believe that he was truly gifted. Maybe his parents made this, but maybe he was fucking smart as fuck regardless. He had a bumblebee costume in kindergarten.
Did it transform?
Yeah.
Cardboard.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
Did it fucking transform into a
guess
car?
what he had? He had those.
Yeah, good parents.
He had those exercise wheels. Those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those he could legitimately drive. As in kindergarten, he was fucking like this on the floor, all like this, all like that, and then he would transform.
That's cool, dude.
I was like, I remember being a kid, being like, "Whoa!" I remember like literally being like, "He's a transformer." Because I remember there was this one other kid that like he really.
I think I was a Lego man.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Like
kinder?
In
Or no, just your
elementary.
best one?
Elementary. At
Yeah.
least.
Because like this one kid, I kind of miss having this kind of like kid imagination.
Mm-hmm.
He really like bamboozled me.
Yeah.
He really made me think that he had all this like equipment.
Mm-hmm.
He made me think he had web shooters. He made me think he had lightsabers. He made me think he had all this like spy tech. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, dude. And then like his dad's just like some like white fucking hiker guy. And he's all chill as fuck.
Oh, that makes sense. That adds up.
And I'm all like, oh well, I think maybe you just got like good imagination. He had kind of a unique name. I'm not gonna say his name, but like he had like a unique name. So I was like, oh well, maybe they're just kind of like cool or whatever. We went to like a mini golf place one time, and this makes me really wonder, like, if when I get older, like, when you wonder how your parents were whenever you had a play date with someone, and their parents had to speak with your parents. You don't think about it when you're younger, but when you get older, you kind of start to realize you're like, they were kind of just like, hey man, so like, what do you like? And they're like, well, I like this, and they're like, I don't fucking like that.
You're like,
and they're like, I don't think we could be friends. They're like, well, our kids are friends. And you're like, well, I guess that means I have to be friends with you.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Like to a degree, obviously.
Yeah.
And I remember like when I was younger, like my parents would be like friends with like my parents' friends and shit. And I remember like most of the time, even as a younger kid, like even kind of piecing together that they weren't like exactly meant to be friends with each other. Like you would be like, oh well, like even in your head, you're like, well, they're like this, and my parents are this, or whatever. And why are they friends? And I was like, well, I guess it's just because like I'm here.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because like you're friends with their kid, and you're like, well, me and him are fucking homies. and shit.
he's real cool.
Like, because like,
Yeah.
like realistically, like any of the times that like our parents have interacted with each other, you've been like, this is forced.
Yeah.
Especially with you when your tata like met my mom for the first time. I was like, that's insane. I'm like, me and you at the time had already been friends for like 6 years, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's the first time you've seen him today? I'm like, that's crazy.
He's like,
all right, well,
whoa.
yeah, but I'm trying to think of another Halloween moment. Let me see if I got it.
I have one.
Yeah?
What's up?
Just because Michael Myers right here next to me.
Okay.
I remember I was young, really young,
Mm-hmm.
and trick or treating, and I remember it's this house right here next to the high school.
Yeah.
And it was funny as fuck because I remember I was walking up the stairs like that, and then this guy popped out of the corner dressed up as Michael Myers, dude. I remember just like just fucking crying and running away, dude. And I was like, that was so vivid to me. It's crazy like how I can remember those memories. I can remember the younger memories, but like teenage years, I don't remember shit.
Really?
I remember going like trick or treating with Sergio one time.
There's a couple. There's like, I mean, he's kind of right. I mean, there's a couple times where I'll be like, I remember this thing when I was like 3 or 4, but then I can't recall ages like 6 through 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
But there will be like small parts where I was like, I remember when I was on an old like Windows XP like big back, really big monitor,
Yeah.
fucking watching the Spider-Man 3 trailer, seeing like, the symbiote like climb over him and be like,
What is the youngest memory you could recall?
I don't know if it was when I was 4 or another time, but there was a time where I don't know if it was because it was both one of my parents. One time I think my dad was showing me his college like basketball ring, and I remember him showing me in a movie theater. But I remember being 4 at the time. I knew that I was 4, but then there was another time I remember my mom showing us, me and my brother, the music video of Metallica, like one of that song for the first time. It scared the shit out of me because that music video is fucked up.
Mhm.
However you slice it, it's a guy that wants to die because he doesn't have any limbs and he can't see. He's essentially nothing. So like, I remember watching that video. I remember we watched that, but Guitar Hero 3, we had played it shortly after, or maybe within that time frame. So it was probably like 2007, 2005, because that's when we got a 360. So that's probably when my brain started to click in because if I was born in 2002, that means I was like 3. 3, potentially 5, is when I can start to recall memories.
Damn.
I feel like,
but I knew
I can remember stuff when I was like 2. I remember like my room perfectly.
But I spoke Spanish when I was a baby. I don't remember my room when I was a baby, but I did speak Spanish. That is gone.
I think mine is probably between like 2 and 3.
Me too.
And it's so weird because it's like, I don't know what the toy was. But
one day as a baby, you're like...
It was here at this house. It was here at this house. Like, like more in the front right there where that big ass evergreen's at right there. Yeah. And I remember what it was like, I think I was just in a diaper.
Yeah.
And it was like this carousel toy, but like it had like a handle thing you can push down like that and it would move.
Oh, dude, I had that too. I know exactly what you're fucking talking about.
But I remember being a kid, like in front of the house, right there in front of that tree, just playing with it, like right between like the house, like the tree, and then like my grandma's window right there, like this in that little area, and then like it's like the first like I think fucking memory like I ever gained, and I think it was between like those ages, and it was so fucking like everything like it's always so botched with some other memories. But some of them are really good, but that one's like where I feel like that's where I got just like consciousness.
That's where you turned on.
Yeah, that's where I was like.
That's where like Marco was like logged in. He's just like, all right, well, like
day 1.
He's like, oh. No, but like it's kind of funny to think about those kind of things because like that same theater was like the Park Place Mall in Tucson, and like I like remember how it looked, and like every time I would go there, I would remember it. But obviously, like, my head was at a different angle each time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whoa. Instead of being like this, it was just like this. Whoa. Whoa, dude. But, like, I remember every time I would go to that theater, Spider-Man 3 was coming out. They always had this one poster where it would change from the black suit to the red suit. And I would always go like this from afar and just be like,
how this? Yeah.
And I would always look and be like, Black Spider-Man.
Red Spider-Man.
I'm like, where? I'm like, dude. And at that time, that was so crazy because I know
it was crazy.
You as a Spider-Man fan too, like being like, you probably saw the Venom saga and the animated series, and you're like, even as a kid, it's weird that we got excited for that. We were like, whoa, I can't believe this cartoon's gonna be in a movie.
Dude, you know what got me super excited for that was. I never actually got into Ninjago.
Dude, I got so hard. I
got hard in the paint.
I got like the Lego sets that came with cards. There's a card game for it too. Dude, that shit was so
You
fun.
don't know why I never did right though? Because when I was little, I didn't have cable for most of my life. I didn't have cable until I moved here, which was I think like 6th grade. And then it was in Mexico, and in Mexico they were just playing like Ben 10.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Fucking What else would they play? They'd play a lot of stuff, but like Ninjago was never like
Yeah.
a thing, you know.
Speaking of Pokemon,
Mhm.
dude, my boss, funny enough, he's into Pokemon too. And he gave me there's like a website that you can go to, like several websites that are like emulators on your iPhone that you can make your. It's fine. I know where we're at. You can make it like your desktop icon, and then you can like use emulators on your phone.
Oh yeah,
And so
yeah.
like he's like sent me like I've been playing like Pokemon Red, like like this like modern version of Pokemon on my phone, and it's been so fun.
Yeah.
Like just
That's cool,
playing
too.
on my phone like a Game Boy Advance game. Like it's so cool just to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I feel like we should say like one more thing just from one of all of us.
yeah.
What is I feel like I just kind of want to say mine real quick.
Yeah.
But what is this one thing new that's happened in your life recently that you're kind of just somewhat happy about, or just like it's just cool that it happened? Mine is, you know how I kept on talking about, you know, the GTA content, right?
Yeah.
How I kept on talking about the like, oh, I'll be like, oh, maybe one day I'll just get like, you know, more more money.
Oh.
I did that.
Oh, you got.
Oh, that's
more,
cool,
yeah.
dude.
I got like, I think 125 mil in cash, and then I got $887 million in fucking like those cars,
Yeah.
so I could sell them, and in total I got like I think $1 billion.
So how much content are you telling me that we can?
I've just been buying a lot of shit, and I'm just like,
I've just been a fucking mad spender recently. I've just been making bad decisions.
you know how much it cost to get that much to get
$60?
a bill?
$60.
$10.
What?
$10?
$10.
Are
And
you shitting my
That's
ass?
on the
crazy.
website, I got for $10. A modder went into my account, and then he did the maybe
Watch them steal all your shit.
Some kinda-
Like, in the next couple of days, you just you're like, my account isn't working.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you have
Yeah.
like you bought Mortal Kombat 1 9 times.
but
You're like, at least I got it
yeah,
one time.
I got $1 billion basically for $10.
Damn.
Wow.
That's better than that first time I did it. I got 50 mil for $40. This time,
That's crazy.
So I'm just like, okay.
Watch Rocksteady find your fucking
So-
account.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna,
know. Every time we post a video, and he's like, "I did this," and I'm like,
Well, I mean, it's.
I'm like, well,
think-
dude,
I
whatever
think
happens,
They went
happens.
through shit.
as
That's
long
fine.
as I'm not like doing something that requires some kind of glitch, that's
Mhm.
Yeah, I think as long as you're not network
Yeah.
manipulating.
if I'm not
or,
trading or dupe glitching or like trying to like exceed my daily sell limit, then I probably won't get permanently banned.
Probably.
What do you what's exciting has happened to you recently?
Oh, this happened today. My truck.
Okay.
Do you remember my truck?
Yeah, yeah.
It's been being fucking worked on for like,
black one.
yeah, dude.
You get your
It's-
lights fixed?
No, it finally got its engine swap and everything. It's done. I
What are
just
you
needed.
talking about?
I swapped its engine.
What was the engine in it before?
What do you mean?
What was it V6?
That's because like the
V8?
original engine was like we were
Bad.
switching it to. No, it wasn't bad. We were just switching it to a newer, like automatic, big fucking motherfucker.
Used to
You
be
know what I'm
manual.
talking about?
Do you know what it is?
No, I'm not a big car guy, but I know I like my truck.
Is it
I like my shit when it goes.
is it a V8?
I don't think so. I don't
It's a
know.
V6.
You'd have to go see it.
Yeah, I probably have to go
Yeah.
see it.
No, dude, but it's at my house now. Now I just need to take it to like get its body done. But like car, it's done. It's super cool.
I've been
dude.
getting I've been using your truck recently,
Right.
but I've been getting gas passes for it.
Yeah.
So
How much you
ye-
get?
Yesterday, I was able to take it up from 45 to 50. I was like, they're like, is 45 okay? I'm like, 50. And they're like, okay. And as I'm like
That
leaving,
sounds awesome.
as I'm leaving, you know, from work and shit, and I like, you know, that's why I sent you those videos yesterday, because it's just like it's so weird to just go to the guy and hand him a thing. He's like, all right, well, just go outside and fill up for 50, and just come back in and sign the receipt. I'm like, so like I'm assuming whatever I go over, because it's like you're going in to pump gas before paying, right? So you have to land at 50. I think whatever you go above, you have to pay from your own pocket.
That never happened with our gas passes, the one from the dealership.
Well-
it was like 15.
Well, he
stop.
didn't like set it. It would just be me like raw dogging.
That's kind of
Damn,
stupid.
that
Because
is.
then you gotta be like,
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because once it would get to 49, I would be like this.
That's crazy.
Like looking at it, and I always stop it right at 50, and I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. And then I'm like this, I'm like,
yeah, you
For real,
gotta.
I do that
you
shit
gotta-
too, yeah, dude.
I showed him how to do that. I was like, you gotta.
I'm like fucking the truck. I'm like fucking it. I'm like, you like that? Are you close?
Are you close?
I'm like, but I fucking take it out, and I'm like, I go back inside, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm like, just fucking sign for it and shit. There's always like a tweaker inside and shit. But then I leave.
You got money.
As soon as I turn that truck on, I'm like, and I see that meter go all the way to full, go past the thing real quick, and I'm like, one of these days, this shit's gonna stop, and I'm gonna cry.
Dude, I used to love that shit. When I would fill it up like that, and then he would go past it. I'd be like,
Because I remember talking to someone about it, and they're like, as long as like, because your car will stop once you do actually legitimately overfill it. And I was like, I'm like, all right, well that means I'm not overfilling it. Like it's like it can go past the meter.
Kind of give it a little bit more after it stops it too. You can
Yeah,
just like
That's what I do.
edge it a little bit. Be like, here, just take a
And
little
the
bit
cars
more.
are like, stop, stop, I can't, I'm full. I'm about to blow. Yeah, no, but yeah, dude. So I think that was Halloween. I think that was Late
That
Night
was
Tavern's Halloween, man.
Hell yeah.
I think that was a
Spooky.
successful Halloween. This is
Me
Mortal
too.
Kombat DLC Pack 3. Combat Pass 3.
You
Combat
got
Pack. Ermac.
You got Aaron Black.
Aaron Black.
Aaron Black. You got Michael Myers, and then
Scorpion.
like
Bearded Scorpion.
yeah,
Bearded Scorpion. I don't know.
bearded.
Earrings, I guess.
That's right.
That is true.
That is true.
We hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
this spooky month. Anything else to say? Anything else to say?
Hope you
Any goodbyes?
enjoyed our run of the Tavern of Terror. This is the final Tavern of Terror of fucking 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully, Jesus Christ, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to see more spooky stuff, I don't know. The Pilgrims got into some scary shit. Thanksgiving might be scary too. If you want some more scary stuff in November.
If you want a turkey video, how to cook a turkey.
December had the Nightmare Before Christmas too, so, let us know what you're feeling. Do you want to be scared before the holidays, or do you want to be scared before you stuff your ass with some turkey?
You want to start the new year frightened, or with a turkey up your ass?
Personally, the turkey's not gonna fit.
I mean, a raccoon could probably fit.
It's
Raccoons could fit
4
into like
inches.
3,
That's
4
true.
inches.
4-inch holes.
They're
can-
6 inches.
They're gonna be
wide.
like, yeah.
They're gonna be like,
Stuck on a fit.
It's hooked, bro.
yeah, you
It's
bitch.
hooked, you fucking
You
moron.
cuck.
Well, if you
Sorry.
enjoyed this podcast,
Let us know in the comments.
leave a like, hit the subscribe button.
Hit the bell.
Hopefully you enjoy it. We brought Darren on for this fucking Halloween podcast, man. Let us know what you want to see. We can play more scary games. We can play more whatever. Marco can eat more hot shit. Darren can eat hot shit.
I can really eat hot shit.
I
We have
can't-
to do a competition.
Oh,
I can't
Oh,
eat hot
We
shit.
gotta do that.
don't end it yet.
Okay.
Don't end it yet. Let me get
What?
something real quick.
Are you gonna make something that kills me?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I gotta drive.
Here, let me make another recording.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about butter sausage. What it is, what it does, what it's
That's
for.
crazy how that's not real.